Hello, and welcome back to Explain the Charts. Today, March 24th, 2025, we're doing an in-depth analysis of GBPUSD, looking at both the recent news and the chart data to make informed trading decisions. We'll be looking at daily, hourly, and 15-minute charts to understand potential trends, reversals, and key price levels. First, let's dive into some recent news headlines. Reports suggest the US dollar is seeing some buying interest, putting pressure on the GBPUSD pair around the 1.2900 level. Trump's tariff policies are a major factor, creating uncertainty for the UK economy. Mixed PMI data from the UK and the US add to the volatility, with traders now focused on UK inflation figures and upcoming statements from the Fed. Some analysts are suggesting that recession concerns could push the pair below 1.2900, testing the 200-day SMA around 1.2798. Now, let's switch over to the daily chart to see how these events are reflected in the price action. Looking at the overall trend, we see a series of fluctuations. There has been significant upward movement from November 2023 till July 2024, peaking at the 1.34 level, but since then, it's been a downtrend. Recently, we've been hovering around the 1.26 level, and it currently sits at 1.29249 as of the last candle of March 23, 2025. We'll look for support around the 1.25 level, but it seems like the market is slowly moving upward. Let's take a closer look at the short-term daily chart to see if that upwards trend is continuing. Zooming in on the daily chart between January and March 2025, we can see significant volatility. We see support around 1.23, followed by a climb upward to test the 1.3 level. However, it met resistance, and now we sit just below 1.3. There was a small dip to 1.28887 at the close on March 23, which could be a bearish sign, or it could be an accumulation before another jump up. Now let's see what the hourly chart tells us. We'll start by showing the entire period since March 4, 2025. Looking at the hourly chart, we see significant volatility with no clear trend in the last several days. This supports the news that the mixed PMI data on both sides of the Atlantic has provided mixed sentiment or uncertainty in both directions. Let's zoom in on the most recent movements to see if there's any clear short-term trend that can give us a trade signal. From around March 19th to 23rd, there are some signals of support around the 1.29 level. Now, let's switch to the 15-minute chart to see how these events are reflected in the most recent price action. In this very short term, we can see that it's currently hovering around 1.2913 as of the most recent candle. There's been small movement and several indecision candles in the past 24 hours, likely due to the announcement of upcoming statements from the Fed. Given the mixed news and market sentiment, we need to be cautious about making any strong predictions. Trump's tariffs introduce a layer of uncertainty. A breakthrough in peace talks, however unlikely, between Russia and Ukraine could drastically shift investor sentiment towards risk-on assets, potentially weakening the USD and supporting GBPUSD. For now, we'll have to watch and see. Let's pull up the whole history of the 15-minute chart and point out some important price levels to keep an eye on in the coming week. Overall, for GBPUSD, here are the key levels to watch. A strong support level appears to be around 1.2900, but we saw it dip below that on March 23rd. If recession fears increase, a break below this level could lead to a test of the 200-day SMA around 1.2798. Resistance lies around 1.3000. A strong break above this level could signal a continuation of the bullish trend, but it's less likely given the information we have. Given the upcoming UK inflation figures and mixed PMI data, the likelihood of a sustained upward movement is uncertain. It's crucial to keep an eye on these levels and adjust your trading strategy accordingly.